The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
The following announcement was posted on the Portsmouth FC official website at approximately midday.
Pompey's championship fixture against Ipswich has been postponed due to a frozen pitch. Referee Lee Doughty made the call after an inspection of the Fratton Park surface at 11 a.m. Portsmouth had been hit by overnight temperatures of below freezing, with frost covers having been laid since Friday. Information for supporters who had purchased match tickets or hospitality packages for this game will be announced in due course.
Brief and to the point, all right. Very brief and to the point, almost as cold as the Fratton Park turf, frankly. But then again, what else can you say? They wanted to point out that they had done all you can to ensure that the pitch was going to be playable by putting frost covers on the pitch. I presume that the referee couldn't have made his inspection earlier than 11 o'clock because that was his scheduled time of arrival. I guess 4 hours before kick-off is when the officials generally convene. Nobody thought to ask the referee to get there earlier because there will be fans heading off, particularly from the Ipswich area, 2,000 of them. Before that announcement came out, it's more than 2 hours from Ipswich and its surrounds to Fratton and its surrounds. So people will have been setting off from the Ipswich area by road transport and possibly by rail as well. Practically first thing, almost first light. How they got the result? Well, thank goodness for mobile phones, because I doubt whether any announcement was made on any radio station, with the possible exception of TalkSport, that could have reached them. So they would still have been motoring for some time, travelling for some time, before word got to them that they had to turn round and eat their sandwiches on the way home. Other people who are inconvenienced, of course, are people who had bought tickets, who now have to undergo the bureaucracy of either having those tickets refreshed so that they cover the reorganised game. And of course, there's no announcement as to when that's going to be. That will take a bit of working out so that it suits both clubs. Be a midweek game, of course, so more fixture congestion there. But on the positive side, Pompey may not have quite such a burgeoning injury list when the two teams meet at Fratton Park, possibly in 6 or 8 weeks' time, something like that. And they may also have some healthy new recruits from the January window, loanees or transfers, purchases or free transfers, whatever. They could have greater strength in depth than they would have had if they'd gone into the game today. We're talking on the Sunday, a wee while after the official announcement. But there will be people who will be hopping mad, people who will point out that all sorts of things could have been done that apparently weren't done. Why was the game called off? Because the pitch was so solid. Anybody who walked out this morning, I walked a dog, we were crunching over the grass, I was pointing out that you couldn't get your heel in. Why did the announcement come such a long time after the official inspection time of 11 o'clock? I guess the referee and his officials and possibly some people from Pompey accompanying him and maybe Ipswich Town too, who will have overnighted in a hotel around Portsmouth. Everybody will have convened and everybody will have had a look at all parts of the pitch. You can't just step out of the tunnel onto the pitch, dig your heel in by the touchline and go, nope, unplayable. You've got to go through a thorough inspection of the pitch and establish that it's frozen all over, which it would have been, and therefore it was a danger to players and match officials. Simple as that. Absolutely as simple as that. Can you play a game of football on a surface that is rock hard? Well, some of the all-weather pitches that people play on are pretty much rock hard. Even if they've got artificial grass on them, you still don't want to go over on it. And it's not a proper game of football. A frozen pitch is not a proper game of football. And that's what we're going to get in 6 to 8 weeks' time, hopefully, when the game is replayed. And the players, hopefully, will be uninjured. So, who gained from it? Possibly Portsmouth gained a little bit from it by being able to refresh their squad and have a stronger squad, a deeper squad, when the new fixture list happens. But everybody who loves football, I beg your pardon, what I meant to say is everybody who loves Pompey and everybody who loves Ipswich are put out because we are deprived of what would have been some excellent entertainment in the build-up and the execution of the 3 p.m. kick-off. So game off. And we go again. The East Anglian Daily Times had this up on their website a little bit quicker than the Portsmouth official announcement on their website.
A statement from Town read, Town's game away at Portsmouth has been postponed. A pitch inspection, held on Sunday morning, has determined an area of the playing surface at Fratton Park is not playable.
So we got a little bit more information about it from the Ipswich Town official website than we got from the Pompey website. They're saying that an area of the pitch is unplayable, and it's not difficult to guess which part of the pitch is unplayable. It's the part of the pitch that was permanently in the shade, because although it's a low sun at this time of the year, there will have been some sunshine managing to get onto the pitch. And as you probably noticed, if your car was parked outside overnight last night, that once the sun gets onto that frost, it melts it pretty quickly. But that's not to say that the earth underneath where the frost has disappeared, the little frozen dew has disappeared, that the pitch itself is entirely playable. But a bit more information on the Ipswich website than we had on ours. Let's get some fans' reaction. It's fairly predictable stuff, but some of it is quite funny as well.
Absolute stitch up. -2 with covers on is not postponement material. 10 players out and off the back of a 0-5 reverse is trasher. #TFC at Phil_Pritchard.
Yeah, that I think is a point that's worth making. We've made it elsewhere. But I don't like the implication that the whole thing was set up by Pompey in order to reap the benefit.
Can't get spanked if the game gets called off. Pompey been throwing ice onto the pitch all night to make sure it gets abandoned. At Kingslayer.
Yeah, that's a bit more like it. A bit of fun and games, a bit of humour.
That's literally the best result we could have hoped for. Well done, head groundsman and all the ground staff. #Pompey at Ipswich.
Yeah, again, exactly the same line of thinking. Tongue-in-cheek, I hope, that Pompey somehow managed to stage this because they stood to gain the most from the game being called off.
Ridiculous why we haven't got undersoil heating in this day and age. I thought we were building for bigger and better things. This just looks bloody amateur. At Kevin5 Live Champ.
Yeah, there you go. There's that point of view, isn't there? Oh, it's all down to the people who are running the club. I thought we were investing. I thought we were growing. I thought I was going to end up supporting a club that's one of the big six in the Premier League. That's all that rubbish. Does he know, this bloke, Kevin, whatever his name is, Kevin5 Live Champ, whatever his real name is, does he know how much undersoil heating costs? You bet he doesn't. You bet he doesn't. I do. Do you? I'll tell you. Undersoil heating, the most basic kind, budget kind, costs £1.5 million. But not only that, it costs thousands and thousands of pounds every day you're running it, and you need to run it several days before the game is scheduled. So the overall costs for having undersoil heating at Fratton Park, say for the rest of this year, would be around about £2 million. And to pay for that, all Pompey have to do is put up the ticket prices. Every single one of the 18,000 Pompey fans who turn up for a game will have to pay an extra £111 a year. Just so you know.
This isn't a good thing. With the already rearranged Charlton fixture, 1, we are going to be in the relegation zone and playing catch-up. 2, with our League 2 quality squad, more weeks of Saturday-Tuesday games is going to kill us. We've never been able to cope with it. At Joe Robs.
Oh, the doom and gloom. Merchants love it. Don't you? Eh? League 2 quality squad? Be fair. That's just a stupid thing to say.
Result we've had all season, that. At Bourbon Bear.
Yeah. Best result we've had all season. Kind of is.
Unbeaten home streak in 2026 continues. At Povey 1990.
Yeah, bit of sense of humour in there, like it, we do. We are unbeaten in 2026.
And if our players weren't all injured, we definitely wouldn't have forgotten to put pitch covers on. At Reese_Finn 53580.
This is where people start making stuff up. It's very clear that Pompey put the frost covers on. And then there's this Reese Finn, that perhaps is a real name, one of very few that are used for these kinds of communications. If our players weren't all injured, they're not. We definitely wouldn't have forgotten to put pitch covers on, ! They didn't forget. They put them on. Just go to the website and get your facts right before you start blurting, shooting your mouth off.
A bit of luck, we get a rest and some players back. Could have been an ugly afternoon with the B team back on the pitch at home. Up the Blues at Pompey Flag. Ipswich will be well hacked off that a simple 3 points have been lost today. Well done groundsman ITFC at a little cops.
Yeah, again, there's that comment there that Pompey may have just edged things in the direction that they wanted, that they benefited from. They did benefit. Pompey do benefit more from this game being called off than anybody else. But it's absolutely wrong to suggest that somehow, Pompey officials managed to skew the whole thing.
How can Championship team have a game called off due to a frozen pitch? Haha, at ITFC 19283745.
Well, I don't know
Absolute
if
stitch
that's
up.
your
-2 with cover.
prison number, but how can a Championship team have a game called off due to a frozen pitch? Go and have a look at the scores and fixtures for today. There's another game that's been called off in the Championship, and several games called off because of frozen pitches elsewhere, up and down the country. So, on the whole, I find social media comments lack all illumination, but sometimes they carry a tongue-in-cheek sense of humour, almost gallows humour, sort of, that makes it compulsory reading. You can't not read these kind of comments, and yet halfway through, or 3 or 4 in, you find yourself just sighing. Come on, say something original, say something insightful, say something useful, or else shut up.